Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us, and welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with your host, Christopher LaPrath, and my name's Kenan, his son, and the producer of this show. Now, tonight, the title is What is This? And lately, we've been talking a lot about emotional themes. But before I get into any of that, just a quick piece of housekeeping. For anyone who might be joining us out there for the first time, be sure to say something in the chat. However you're watching us through Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, just say something so I know you're here, and then I'll put you in order for a reading. So anyone who's here joining us for the first time, of course, it's always free, and then going forward after that, it's $10 per reading. And you can also do $100 and cover the entire month, which we do the show 3 times a week, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Arizona time. So that's a pretty sweet deal for the $100 to cover the whole month. Now, the title, what is this? One of the great skills we talk about all the time is the ability to pause for taking action or saying something, because we can't take our words back, and of course things said out of anger can be very hurtful, and as much as someone might forgive us, ideally we want to behave in such a way that we don't need forgiving. So pausing is extremely important. Can't emphasize that enough. Now, I'll share a very personal story with you quickly, and then turn it over to Christopher here for the rest of the evening. But one thing we say very frequently to people is to keep salt underneath the bed, and to salt the entryways at home and wherever you're spending time, along with a little bit of a blessing, just to create a very physical representation of the intention that you're holding this space. And there's a lot of that. That's what new vocabulary word is, to hold space, which is essentially creating this zone of safety, I guess you could say. So recently, like, I was house sitting, and I noticed that the dogs were kind of stationed as guards near the doors, right? So I salted the entryways, and almost immediately the dogs relaxed and calmed down like it was bedtime. So there's a lot of this stuff that, even I just barely understand, and I'm still very much learning. But I do know that, again, from working in a convenience store, I've seen very similar things where a little bit of salt at the door with the right intention, I would see, like, crazy people talking to themselves, like, angry for no reason, stop, like, realize they'd forgotten their wallet or whatever it was, sometimes even just dead stop, like, look up in the sky, that they were confused, and then turn around and leave. Like, there's this power of intention that we all have. And we're all such powerful creators. It's just so important to be able to reach that space within ourselves, and then as we're able to, share that with others. So salt at the door is a great start, and underneath your bed, everybody here, I think, if you don't already have that going on, it's a great suggestion that I would highly recommend. But that's my 2 cents for the evening. Thank you all so much for listening, and here's Christopher.
Hey, great Sunday evening to you. Great blessings to you. Sending good energy through this incense that I light, which helps not only to clear old energy that no longer serves us, but then to invite the new, to express to the universe, to God, to the angels, to spirit, to be invited in and to help you with your best and highest. So great blessings to you. So, as Kenan said, the title of the show is What is This? So, you're driving in your car and you hear this funny sound. So, you take it to a mechanic, and that sound is a blessing because it may have prevented you from your engine blowing up, your car breaking down, a tire falling off, whatever it is. That sound is an indication of something isn't right. But sometimes you know that you're not making that sound unless you're really hungry and your stomach's growling and you think it's your car. Okay, I'm not going to get into that. But my point is that when you're feeling an emotion is like that thumping in the car. And you go, wait a minute, what is this? So that thumping, that emotion is a tool. What is this? Over the past year and a half that this show's been on, and for those of you who've been on there, we've talked about old patterns, old belief systems. I've called it the red dress syndrome. You're in a great mood. You're walking down the street and you're feeling really happy, and you walk by a woman wearing a red dress, and all of a sudden you're just like you want to punch your fist through a door, like you get really upset or you're really angry. Well, you may not consciously remember, but maybe when you were 2 or 3 years old, your mother was wearing a red dress and beat the living daylights out of you. So they're old patterns. So it's that anger that comes up. You go, oh, there's a clunking sound in my car. There's a clunking sound in my chassis. Okay, that's an emotion. It is something that is coming up to us for us to be able to look at. So those are old patterns. Okay, that's one possibility. Or depending on how you are wired, and there are no two brains exactly alike, are you picking up something from someone else or from something else? I've seen entities attached to families for centuries. It's not that far-fetched. And so that's why I love Kenan's story in dog sitting, having these 4 dogs, and each of them, like Kenan said, would locate themselves at the door. There were 4 dogs, so there were 4 doorways into the house. And immediately when he put Salt at the doorstep, they went back to their beds. What was that? But the fact that he even noticed it, right, is an incredible gift. So even using your animals, any kind of animal, cat, dog, any kind of animal that you may have, can also help you protect you from these, but pay attention to them. If you wanting to know what something is, that's another indication. It could be a past life. It can be something coming up from a past life that is important to clear. Anyway, emotions are amazing tools. It's what Kenan was talking about. They're used to help us better in or better out than in. Okay, when these emotions come up, let them come up. It's not wrong or bad to cry or scream into a pillow, especially when pillows are on sale at Target. It's okay. I've screamed into many pillows. Just to even let that emotion come out, because again, better out than in. So this is what the group card is talking about tonight. It's a beautiful card. If you have your camera phone, please, I would highly recommend you take a picture of this. Because this is, the compass is the true north. It is source. It is spirit. So always attuning to the true north. So even when you're not sure where an emotion is coming from or what the origin of it is, point to true north, point to the source, and go, show me what this is. Show me the origin point. And allow me, give it to me to release this permanently, never to return, because it will keep coming up. It will keep coming up as a service to you until you clear it. That's why they come up. You're going to still hear that engine noise, knocking, 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 until you get it taken care of. And really, really look at it. And it's that desire. So this is the true north, is what this card encompasses, in a higher power. Now, like Marilyn Pitts is on the show tonight. I know the last show might ask you all to send great prayers and great energy to her because of her husband Larry was really having problems. He's doing much, much better. He's still on the road to recovery. Again, it doesn't happen overnight, but when something like that happens, it's like somebody turns the lights completely off. And rather than jump into action or to try to do something or to fix it or to help someone, no. Just allow your eyes to adjust first to the darkness. That's the compass card. This is when life seems very, very dark on a very starless night. Your imagination can go wild, right? Every bird in the tree becomes a monster. Every stick on the ground becomes a snake. It can be frightening. And I've been there. Every one of you on the show has been there, where your imagination goes wild. Marilyn was able to immediately give her husband mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, keep it going until the paramedics got there. But that kept her focused. But anytime when we become unfocused or we don't have something to do, it can become explosive. It can become a mental nuclear bomb that just goes out and destroys and goes into the worry and fear and escalates and expands. Bring it back in. Let your eyes adjust. Give yourself a moment. So that's what this card is about. Trust spirit. Trust it's going to be okay. Because what is your higher power right now? Because whatever you constantly focus on becomes your higher power. So, if you're worried about financial insecurity, then materialism, money, worry about money becomes your higher power. If you're obsessing over a relationship, the relationship becomes your higher power. If you're worried about your health, your weight, your social status, your looks, you've lost the way, right? Get back into focusing on the source and the higher power that is truly you. Okay? Nothing but spirit being your guiding force. And because that's where your true personal power lies. Okay. We've got Marilyn on first, right?
You got it, yeah.
Okay. Hello, Marilyn Pitts. Great blessings to you. I know we all sent great energy, great prayers for you. Thank you for being on the show. I know you're back from the hospital just to take a shower and get something to eat and sleep. But many great blessings to Larry, okay? So, in no uncertain terms, this is the Dominion card. You energetically focus your energy on the healing. And universe, heal in the best way that you see possible. Source, heal this in the best way that you see possible. And stay focused on that, Marilyn. I know you mentioned when you're holding Larry's hand, you could feel that energy coming through you with your left hand, which is amazing. Keep doing that. This is the Dominion. This is good news. It's focus on the good news. Lose any distraction, any worry, any outside family influence. Dump it. Focus. Okay? So it's a great, great card. It's Larry getting his strength back. Okay, who's next?
It's Laurel.
Hey, Laurel. So true magic isn't tricks. It's not that you order a magic book on Amazon and learn how to extract a coin from someone's ear. So when you focus on other people having qualities that you don't have, or when you admire qualities in other people, Laurel, you would not be able to see those qualities unless they were true about yourself. So this is refocusing the magic not being outside you, but being in you. This is your reaching more and more of your magic within you. And be free of asking, did that just really happen? No, that just didn't. No, it really did happen. Like where you're able to manifest things more easily. And people think that focus takes a lot more effort than non-focus. It's not the case. It's just that non-focus is you're focusing on, or what we would term non-focus, is you're focusing on things, on many other things. It's much easier to focus. Do you remember the story about the Lego, right, Laurel? It's when the movie The Secret came out, and it was about manifestation. So I thought, well, I'll try it. So one of the things, the exercise, they go, okay, just really, really focus on something you would like, and it can be small. Just put this as a practice. And so I thought, oh, okay, I'm going to find or manifest a blue Lego. The next day, I walked into a store, and I tripped over this giant thing. And I realized I had envisioned a Lego. I didn't envision the size. I was picturing one of the little ones. But hey, this works. My point of telling you this, Laurel, is think big. Believe Believe big, Laurel. Believe big. And are you willing to allow it? Because you are the magician. Okay. Lindsay?
Yeah.
Hey, Lindsay. I love your pictures with the girls out hiking. Those are awesome. That was perfect. That is such great, perfect medicine for you. And look at this, the happiness card. Happiness isn't outside you. Happiness is inside you. It's just a matter of clearing. And we were talking about at the beginning of the show, like when you have any unhappy feelings, however, whatever they may be, anger, frustration, blah, 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 worry. That little Lindsay, that child within you, that child full of wonder and new experiences, bring her back up again, right? This is your happiness card, and getting in touch and doing things that help you be happy or that draw the happiness from inside out. There's something in the art world, Lindsay. This has to do with connections. If you look at this card, it's somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Okay? There's something with the art world about somebody you know who knows somebody who knows somebody that's coming into the picture here, into the picture, get it? With the art. So just chunk away at it. No judgment on how much you do or don't get accomplished, okay? No judgment on it. Just know that it's there, the possibilities are opening to you. Okay. And then who's next?
Great. Mindy.
Hey, Mindy. Okay. And Keisha's on for the first time tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, Keisha, welcome. It's nice to have you on the show. Okay, here we go, Mindy. You've been sensing your dad. Your dad's been around you, and there is this deep apology that he's wanting to express, because a true ruler, Melinda, is someone who is very well aware of their faults, or is at least willing to look at them. And your dad is talking about that's all he looked at. So after looking here on this planet and looking at all his faults, that's all he really began to see in other people. And it scared him, especially with his children. So and are you willing at all levels, throughout all lifetimes, to forgive your father? Which is tied in with this min. It's just forgiving men in general, because it hasn't been just this lifetime. Anyway, I'll call you. We'll talk about this. All right, who's next?
Very good. Austin's up next.
Hey, Austin. So, in China, I lived in China. There is no cultural barriers around burping or passing gas. Especially, at a meal, it's actually a sign, it's a compliment of burping. I've talked about this on the show before. These beautiful, frail, gorgeous, tiny Chinese women burp like truckers. I mean, it's shocking. And they also, it does the other end too. And it's just a body process. They don't, it's not the cultural taboo that it is in this country at all. Okay? So I'm using this as an example of being free. The gas is not bad. It's the labeling of gas that is bad. So anywhere where you have labeled or tried to hide or cover over, and a lot of people do that. They overwork, or they drink, or they do drugs, or they all entertainment. They cover or they camouflage that. So this is you being okay with you having gas. I hope that made sense. To come out from behind the veil and so, as I mentioned to Laurel, I was talking to Laurel. When you admire something about someone, you're actually admiring what you admire about yourself. When you don't like something about someone, or don't like someone, period, it's not about them at all. It's about looking at you. So this is the theme of the show tonight. What is this? What is this? It's not about them at all. It's more about you, and what is that you're not, that you've tucked away or hidden behind the shelves or the curtains, and allow, you're safe now to allow that to come up and clear it. Okay? Clear it. In other words, don't hold it in and become sick. Okay, who's next?
Yeah, Diane's next.
Okay, Diney, here we go. Diane, anywhere where you've given your power away to another woman, mother, are you willing to reclaim that now? And are you willing to free yourself of comparing yourself to other women? or comparing yourself. Yeah. This is you claiming your own power, in your own kingdom, not so the Queen of England, can you picture her dressing up like a queen in Africa? No. No. To try to fit in? No. When the queen goes to Africa or the queen goes to another country, she dresses like the Queen of England. She doesn't put on the airs or the clothes of that other queen or that other monarch. It's any energy or any belief system that you took on, that you had to be like someone else. Are you willing to let that go now? Yeah, okay. I'll talk. We'll talk. All right, who's next?
Great. Well, Mindy's next. You did Mindy, so
I
Jared
did.
and Kat, right?
Jared and Kat. Hey, guys. Hey, thanks for being here. Awesome. So, Jared, take 5 minutes every hour and take a break, eat something, go get centered. And if you're not sleeping, when you go to bed at night, salt under the bed, like Kenan said, and change out your salt every couple of weeks. Tell your source, listen, keep other influences out and away from me when I'm sleeping. And tell your body, listen, let's say you go to bed at 1 o'clock at night, or you're up till midnight or whatever, and you have to get up at 5. Tell your body, listen, body, when we wake up, we're going to feel like you've slept for 8-10 hours. This is the need to quiet the mind. So even if you can, in your doctor's office, have your own office, and go in there and do Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, a meditation, a mantra, and just relax the mind. This is the need for you to withdraw and actually for you to get the rest. The body will follow what it's told. The source, we've talked about this before, Jared. You have a light. And it's like a certain frequency of light that it can attract these ghosts. And so everybody new on the show, Jared, I'm going to tell on you, Jared, because most people already know this. But guys, Jared and Kat bought a house in Tennessee that was a Civil War battleground. I don't mean to laugh. Oh, so there's this, it's kind of like this natural knowing. Like Jared, your forte is to be aware of these ghosts, these entities, and to be able to send them on. But you have to have office hours. You're not in your doctor's office at 11 o'clock at night, okay? You're not. And it's fine and okay to be able to help these spirits move on. It's not okay for them to be in your bedroom at 1 o'clock in the morning. Remember, I told you about that movie Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg, and how when she understood she had these powers, the camera showed all these like dozens and dozens of ghosts and spirits around her. She's like, everybody out now. That's what you need to do. Everybody out. Source, get rid of these. My body needs rest. Because you're human. You have a human experience right now. You need the rest. Okay. And Cat. So Cat, my dear. And Jared, you can help Cat with this. Anywhere where there's an either or. You know what? Oh God, this diet I'm on, either I can have rice or potatoes. I can have either rice or potatoes. How about having a little bit of both? Not having a full portion of rice, but having a half portion of rice, having a half a portion of potato. So, Kat, are you willing to let go of either or? And allow all? Universe, show me now how else this can work out. Universe, show me now what I'm not seeing. Oh, universe, show me now what I'm not willing to see. Because this is what is this? This is a learned behavior. This is something you learned from your family. Either or. This is really good. Thank you for being here, Kat. Thank you for drawing this card. Thank you for this message. What a great message for all of us. Awesome. Okay.
Lori.
Lori. Hey, happy Sunday, Lori. Okay. Energy goes, Lori, where attention flows. So, I'm talking to a cousin today, and I asked how her sister was doing. She goes, I just really haven't called her because she spends the whole time on the phone complaining about that she doesn't like talking on the phone. And she doesn't talk about anything else other than complaining about that she doesn't like talking on the phone. So I've just kind of stopped calling her. Lori, people have no problem understanding alcohol addiction, drug addiction, but there are emotional addictions. So this is breaking free of gossip or sarcasm, because when you're listening to sarcasm, when you're listening to criticism, when you're listening to gossip, it's all coming back on you. This is time to drain your swamp. This is the card, drain the swamp. And only speak highly of yourself and highly of others. In any way, shape, or form, wherever or anywhere where you've called yourself dumb or stupid or even in jest, the subconscious doesn't understand jest. It doesn't understand. It's just black or white. It will take your word at its truth. It will take your truth at your word. Either way. This is cleaning up your self-talk. This is cleaning up your talk around and about others and not getting sucked into their swamp. Are you willing to let go or reject or tear up or burn any more pity party invitations from others? Oh, I can call Lori. I can dump on her. It's totally up to you, but this is cleaning up the swamp and when you do, it'll feel a little bit lonely, but there's an adjustment. You're moving up. You're moving into new friends, better, higher quality, higher vibrational people. Okay, good. Who's next?
Awesome. Yeah, it's Abby and Marilyn.
Abby and Marilyn.
They made it home.
They made it home. Okay. I got to tell you, your plants are really happy you're there. Hey, Kenan, could you look up spiritual meaning of bougainvillea?
Yeah, hang on.
So, Marilyn, there's something with plants. You
That's the bougainvillea.
Okay, here's the bougainvillea, okay? This is promoting a deep sense of love and understanding. So it helps to align the heart chakra, making it easier for one to connect with others emotionally. Additionally, bougainvillea flowers are believed to symbolize perseverance and strength. So this is I'm getting really strongly this heart energy for you. Heart energy, heart energy. You help transform people's hearts. So even if you want to, you can send great heart energy to Larry. That's Marilyn Pitt's husband. So we've talked about animal spirits. Like when an animal appears to you, you can look that up. What is the meaning of an ant? What is the meaning of a bumblebee? Whatever animal crosses your path. Today, Kenan had a cactus wren, and he looked that up. And cactus wrens are very protective. So, but there's something with all right. So what I highly recommend you do, Marilyn, is to pray over your plants at and around your house. You're going, I know this sounds really far-fetched, but you're going to get messages from them. I promise you. They will begin to talk to you. Now, it may not be overnight, right? It's like you don't go out on your porch with a handful of birdseed and all of a sudden you're not Snow White. They don't come that instant. But if you did that every morning for a while, they may do that. My point is, you have a special connection with these plants. And they hold a vibration. You can also help heal plants. Okay. All right, good. Abby? Yeah, so Harlan, just Google animal spirit finch. Okay. All right, Abby. No matter how you want somebody to soar, they ain't going to soar unless they want to soar. Somebody that is afraid of flying. Well, you guys bought a motorhome, right? Because some people don't want to fly. You can't force people to fly. You know that. But are you willing to let go of being so adaptable for other people that it inconveniences you or puts you out? Or are you willing to put yourself first? Always. And no, it's be free of thinking it's selfish. Okay, highly recommend you be free of thinking it's selfish. Because the best way you can be is to help yourself first, and then allow others, if they want to fly, to follow that example, to take care of themselves first and foremost. Okay, who's next?
It's Ashley.
Ashley?
Yes.
Okay, Ashley. Thank you for being here, Ashley. Thank you for your contribution. I really appreciate it. Okay. So, Ashley, abundance is arbitrary. You've heard stories of people winning the lottery, and then within a few weeks, in months even, they're completely broke because they don't understand abundance. So your mantra, I am abundant, I am abundant, I am abundant. Thank you for the lighter that lights the incense. Thank you for the marker that I'm able to mark things in a book. Thank you for the controller that controls the lights. You get my point. Gratefulness, gratefulness, gratefulness. Anyone that's around you that is complaining a lot, this kind of ties in with Lori's. Anyone that's around you that's complaining a lot, you can start by going into yourself, oh, I'm really thankful that I can actually hear with my ears. Okay, I can hear what they're saying. But that's where you go, they have an abundance of the need to complain. That's not your definition of abundance. Or lowering yourself to their level, thinking that you're helping them. Stay up here. Stay in grace. Stay in abundance. Stay in gratitude. And anyone around you, are you willing to let go of being nice? Because you are nice. But being nice is also cutting people off and not so. For instance, being nice is allowing someone to overdrink and then letting themselves drive home by themselves. No. That's not actual nice. Actual nice is taking their keys, making a couch on the bed, making a bed on the couch, and making them stay there. Now, you may have to be forceful, but isn't that's you who is nice doing it. It's not being nice or the need to be nice. Like, you can absolutely be yourself without these behaviors that you've learned. The thing is, Spirit's wanted me to just tell you, you are a nice person. You don't have to be nice. I hope that makes sense to you. You can text me or call me if you don't understand that. And this is also then like putting your foot down. Enough is enough. This is not good for me. You know what? I always say, you know what? Gosh, that's really not my policy. People can't argue with policy, right? So that way may be another way to get around someone who is in non-abundance. They're non-grateful. Okay, who's next?
Very, very good. It's Edna. Or, sorry, Hannah de la Vega.
Hannah de la Vega. Okay. Thank you, Hannah. This is Hannah. This is your ascension. This is your moving forward, moving up. But if you look at this picture, there's this queen, princess. She's ascending. She's on her throne. And she has a couple of heads in her hands that she's decapitated. And what's interesting about decapitation, it's right at the throat. It's not listening to what people are saying. I mean, in a negatory way, in a very negative way. It's not listening to the naysayers. It's off with their heads, off with their heads. I don't mean that literally. Obviously, I don't mean that literally, but it's cutting them off. Okay, just cutting them off. You're moving ahead. And the fact that you're even listening, the fact that they're even saying it, or that you're around people that are saying it, get around people that are going to be building you up, encouraging you. Yes, that may be directing you to go, here's how to improve your voice. Maybe here's how to improve your act. Here's how to improve your appearance. Yes, that's great. That's great feedback. That's great, something to consider. It's creative. It's a creative force. And it's it's not derogatory. It's not critical. It's anyway. You know what I'm talking about. Cut them off. Okay. Who's next?
Yeah, next is Edna.
Okay, my dear little niece Edna, thanks for hanging in there. This is a great, great show. Okay, Edna, in any way, shape, or form, are you willing to forgive yourself for perceived failures? This life is a doctoral program, Edna. It's more than just a school. It's just experiencing life. And when we pass, I don't know how to describe this, but it's like we're pieces of the Creator uploading our experiences to expand consciousness. That's all this has been, Edna. It's not about failures. It's not about, these are all about learnings. And are you willing to let go of coulda, woulda, shoulda? Can you flush all those right now in no uncertain terms for them never to return? Get rid of the I coulda, woulda, shoulda. I should have said that. I could have done that. I coulda, that. Lose it. I mean, in no uncertain terms. You are here to progress. Any focus on failures or what isn't working out or is bringing more of that in. Release it. Let it go. Move forward. Look at your blessings. When I was talking earlier about the abundance card, is be grateful for the lighter that lights the incense. Be grateful for the incense that clears the energy. This is like looking at your successes. Look at what you've accomplished. You live in an amazing hobbit house in the woods that's on a lake. I'm like, oh my God, that's magical. And this is blessing that area, blessing it, and clearing away failures or pockets of failure. You know, where there's oil spilled on the ground, you actually have to completely dig up that area of the earth, remove all that oil, remove all that contamination, and put new dirt in there. Whew. That's what this is. That's what you're moving to. I'm so proud of you. Great job. Okay, who's next?
Thanks, Lana.
Hey, Lanny. Awesome. It's great to have the family on tonight. Lana, bring your energy back to your heart. Bring your energy back to your heart. Bring your energy back to your heart. And anywhere where you have given your heart you've always given from your heart. But anywhere where you've cast your heart to swine. Remember that scripture that says, do not cast your pearls before swine. Anywhere where you've given your heart to, and I'm not calling people pigs or anything like that. That's not what I mean. But to people that didn't appreciate it, can you just call that back? Because it's not doing any good for them anyway. Can you just call it back? Call it back. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% back. back, call it back in from everyone and everything that you've given your heart to that they just haven't appreciated it. Okay, you're great. I can feel you doing it. Yeah. You're going to notice a huge difference in your energy level. Call it back and call it back, call it back, call it back. You meant well. And you can, this is throughout all time and eternity, Lana. This is your energy coming back to you from not just even this lifetime, but other lifetimes where you've given your heart or you've given your time and effort to try to explain to someone and they just don't have the neural pathways. They don't have the brain. And it's not wrong or bad. It's just they're second graders and you're trying to explain calculus to them. They're not getting the higher meaning. They're not getting, so anywhere where you have done that, call it back. Okay, I feel it. Okay, call it back. Call it back. Call it back. Okay. I love you. Great job.
Scott Ambrosie's next.
What's that?
Scott Ambrosie.
Hey, Scott Ambrosie. Okay, thanks for being on tonight. So, Scott, you cannot so anywhere where you have this is similar to Lana, except anywhere where you believe anything is futile or doesn't work or won't work, are you willing to know your worth, know your full worth? And anywhere where you believe you've been punished or needed to be punished, are you willing to let go of that? And anywhere where you've tried to make it better for other people that did not really want to make it better, they just wanted your energy. Can you recall that energy right now to yourself? And sending you great, great healing energy. If you're okay, the kids will be okay. If you're okay, the kids are going to be great. Okay. Who's next?
Very good. New person, Keisha.
Keisha, thanks for being here. Keisha, okay. Time to move, time to fly. This is you moving into a new experience. Be free of the fear of experiencing pain or loss. Experience it. We're here on earth to experience. Experience it all. Be open to the experience. Free. Are you willing to let go of all free? Are you willing to let go of the fear of pain or loss. One of the ways to do that is to distract yourself. So, like a chiropractor, people go in and they're like, oh my God, this is going to hurt. You distract them, right? So I'm just going to pop your back here on the count of 3. 1, boom. And it doesn't give them time to tense up because the 3 it never showed up. You just did it on 1. But you told him you were going to do it on 3. This is distracting your mind. It's going to work out, Keisha. It's not in the way that you think it's going to be, but what if it's better? What if it's better than the way that you even thought? A lot of times the things we go through, we can't see why. You know, my ex-partner kicked me out. And now I go, that was a real blessing. I couldn't see it then. Now I can see that was a real blessing. So this is you moving upward, forward, onward, and getting back to the silly you. Not the silly you, but the childlike you, the exuberance, the joy. And I'm blessing every one of you on the show tonight with that. Okay? Go for it.
Brilliant. And then bringing it up, Harlan is last.
Hey, Harlan. Okay. Harlan, are you willing to retrain your brain? Think about being trained on ladders. Let's say you're a fireman, but all the ladders were made of swords and very sharp blades. So you had to be really careful with how you went through life, right? Or how you climbed a ladder. Like you got to wear really thick boots. You got to wear really thick gloves. You got to wear really thick uniforms that don't get cut by knives or swords. And then you go, wait a minute. What if there were ladders that weren't made of swords, that weren't made of knives? Oh. So it's not only stopping climbing the ladders made of swords, but it's moving to actually ladders that are beneficial, where you don't have to wear the armor. That's what you're moving into. We're experiencing life without the belief that the next shoe is going to fall, the next bad thing is going to happen. This is where you're moving up rung by rung by rung to a higher viewpoint, to a higher understanding of life itself. And this is something that was learned. So remember when I started out the show, the theme of the show is, what is this? This is old patterns. This is something taught that was not even yours to begin with. I knew you as a child. You were fun and inventive and magical and just creative and in this sense of wonder all the time. That's you. That's Harlan. Come on out. Come on out and play, Harlan. And let go of what you've learned about life or about past experiences. Let them go. It opens up the way for new ways of being. Okay. Was that everybody?
It's everybody tonight.
All right. Let's do this again. Hey, it's tomorrow night already, Monday. I love you all. Great blessings to you. And I love you all. Have a great night.